Oh yes, 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 people! We have returned. We have returned. Oh man, it's an end of an era, isn't it, people? It's an end of an era. Managers going. A few players have been confirmed today. They're going to be leaving as well. The likes of Matip and Thiago. It's crazy. It's crazy, like how things come to an end. Listen, I've been suffering. That's why I haven't been on for a while. I don't know what to say most of the time, because I've been through these stages before in the past, and it took us 30 years to get back to the top. Now, like, Klopp is officially leaving. It's hurt me, man. It's really, really hurt me because I've always said it. The best managers are the ones who don't take any BS, and they are the number one person at that football club. And when you step away from that and get yes men in, it's not going to be the same as that kind of way of managing. I don't know who the next manager is. We're talking about Slot a lot, but it hasn't been confirmed as of yet, so we still have to wait for that one. But yeah, it's a strange time ahead, people. It's a strange time ahead, and I'm worried. I gotta be real. I don't know what the next step of Liverpool is going to be. Have we lowered our expectations to the point of, we're going to be happy finishing top four, not challenging for a title? Like, you got to look into a lot of, things that's going to change around us. And it's frightening. It's frightening, especially, when other teams are improving their team, and you got the likes of Arsenal coming up with a young team as well. That's a dangerous team, people. Like, you got to think about it. That's a dangerous team. They might not win the league this season. Might not. You never know what's going to happen in that West Ham game against Man City. But you look at the Arsenal team, they're dangerous, aren't they? They're young. The average age is like 24, something like that. And they're hungry. If you look at them, they play as a unit. They play as a team. They don't really give in, if you know what I mean. And that's the frightening thing about Arsenal when you watch them, guys. You got to be realistic here. All jokes aside. Yeah, man, that's a dangerous team. And you got Man City. This is the worst. This is the worst team. This is the worst Man City team I've seen. And look at them. They're still going to win the league. And they could only get better in the future. So, yeah, man, I'm worried. I'm really, really worried. If this is the worst Man City team, and this is the up and coming Arsenal team, where are we going to be? Where are we going to be? That's the next step. And I've said it to many people off screen, since I've been away. I said this is the time FSG and Michael Edwards step up, because they got rid of the best manager that we had in the last 30 years. They made sure they got rid of him because, if they're coming in, and you see Julian Ward coming in as well now, it shows in order for them to come back to the football club, he had to leave. What frustrates me more than anything, which I was discussing with Uncle Ross the other day, is I wish they sat down together and, discussed a way for all of them to work together. And it hasn't happened. And that's what's frustrating me more than anything. Hey guys, boys and girls, as we're going to continue, please hit that subscription button, notification button, like button, all that good stuff. Please go and watch our other streams as well. Get the views up, get the likes up, get the algorithm up as well. And, make the channel as big as possible, because next season we're going to come back strong. This season is just a bedding in, bedded in time for all of us. There's 3 of us that's doing it on a regular basis. But next season we're gonna come back stronger. We're gonna get more people on here and you know, make the channel even that much bigger, if you know what I mean. So please share it around with family and friends and all that good stuff. And join me in the other one in the Euros. I'm gonna be doing the Euros on the UFT. Please go me join this one where it says right there in the screen. That's gonna be, you know, for every team, and you know, your Euros as well, the World Cup in the future and all that stuff as well. So please be joining that one. All right, we're gonna go to the press conference of Jurgen Klopp, and then, you know, we could discuss as we go along what he's gonna say. There's a few people that's leaving. John Achterberg, I think that's how you say his name, and Joe Matip and Thiago have announced they're leaving as well. So the goalkeeping coach is gonna go to El Etifak. I don't know how to say that name, but I'm from that country as well. Joining Steven Gerrard, and Thiago and Matip are leaving on a free agents. So yeah, let's do this, people. Let's do this. So this is going to be Jurgen Klopp's last interview for Liverpool Football Club match, you know, pre-match interview. Tears is going to come out of my eyes, that's for sure. You know what I mean? I've only known like three. You could say Rafa Benitez, but you could say three. Yeah, you could say four actually, because I grew up in the Fagan. I just could remember Joe Fagan's team. And then Kenny Dalglish took over after that. But my favorite manager of all time is Kenny Dalglish at Liverpool Football Club. He's not only the greatest manager that ever lived at Liverpool Football Club. So he's not the only. You know, he's the greatest player that ever lived at Liverpool Football Club. But don't forget, he was a great manager as well. If he continued, would there be Fergie? I don't think so. I really don't think so. But yeah, Jurgen Klopp came in, made us believe again, and he made sure that, you know, we are Liverpool Football Club again, and it's going to be, you know, a hard day on Sunday saying goodbye to him, because, you know, the guy's won it all. I mean, although it's only once, but he's won it all, people. So you got to give him credit for that. There's managers that's been here before him that never even got close to what he's got. So let's just think about it that way. Yeah, but please, people, I'm streaming this for the first time in a long time in all the platforms that we're involved in, which is, you know, Facebook, Twitch, X, and Instagram. Please come to the YouTube channel, subscribe. We're trying to grow the channel as much as we can, and with your help we can get there as well. So yeah, so let's start with the press conference, and then we move on to the other stuff, which is the players leaving.
Pretty. Just wanted to preview the Wolves game on Sunday, so
how bad can I make this for the last time?
We'll tell it in there, so don't worry. We'll make it.
Jurgen, what's the week been like for you? How are you feeling about your last game as Liverpool manager and saying goodbye to the fans?
Yeah, most intense week of my life, definitely was that. Now I said so often goodbye this week. So many people. Great moments already, so we don't have to pretend it's a normal week, because it isn't. But on the other side, looking at the game, I said it as well this week already. I'm a very pragmatic person, and I very often try to just to save myself. And this is the last game of the season, yes, and after that is holiday. That's what I had for the last 24 years. So business as usual, knowing that everything around the game during the game will be completely different. Yesterday, the players said goodbye in their way. We had a little barbecue here. It was really nice. The day before yesterday was with the staff of Chapel Street. It was really, really nice. Sun hit the stadium after that. Another goodbye celebration, whatever. It's a lot. And I had very emotional moments, of course, in between. But it's a lot to do as well. I'm not sure, but I don't know exactly how many shirts I signed last week, but there were a few, let me say like that, and I'm not sure if not everybody has now one. But it's all part of the thing. Look, saying goodbye, I don't think is ever nice, but saying goodbye without feeling sad or feeling hurt or whatever, that would just mean that the time you spent together was not right and not great, and we had a great time. So it was always clear that it will be tough, and I know it will be tough.
Got a few programs for you to sign as well if you've got time. Is that no chance there?
If it wouldn't be live.
Not just yourself, obviously, leaving the club. We knew that anyway, but Pep Lijnders, we found out this week, has got a new job to look forward to. And today we find out that Joel Matip and Thiago will be leaving the football club as well. Just wondered if we could get your thoughts.
Yeah, as we all know, like Pep Lijnders is going to Salzburg. Good luck to him. You know what I mean? I hope he finds success. He always had a dream, Pep Lijnders, to manage a team. Obviously, he managed a team in Holland, didn't succeed. He was sacked after a few months. I don't think he's a manager material. Honestly, I'm a firm believer. You need to have an aura about you in order for you to be a manager, and I don't think Pep Lijnders has that aura about him. And I've always said that the person that left, which is Bubec, was if Bubec was here, I think Klopp would still be here. I honestly think that. With Pep Lijnders, you know, he's always going to be that type of one that has his own ambitions, and he'll push people to, you know, to leave and things like that, instead of like trying to say to him, let's stay and, you know, let's fight this cause and be happy to be an assistant. And he never was going to be happy to be an assistant. He's always wanted to leave and have his own adventures. Yeah, listen, good luck to him. I hope never to see him at Liverpool again, because I'm not this type of fans that's gonna, you know, miss Pep Lijnders. I always said the wrong person has left. I think Bubec was the one that I wanted to stay, and I still stick by that, because he was happy to be an assistant and never look for other you know, adventures in his life. And as Jurgen Klopp used to call him, the brain. If he stayed, I think we would have been more successful. If he stayed, I think Klopp would have stayed even longer. So it's sad. It's really sad. Really sad that person left. You know what I mean? But yeah, good luck to Pep Lijnders, man.
Thoughts on all three?
Yeah, Pep and Vito have a bright future. I always said that. They're incredible coaches, fantastic coaches. They were the most influential coaches you can imagine I ever had, because we created a style of play which I really love together. They're incredibly talented, full of energy, stuff like that. So I will follow each step of them. I think it's a great choice of both sides. They are lucky. Both are really that will be really good. Yeah, but then John Achterberg joins Stevie. Yeah, good luck with that. No, fantastic coach. If you ask the goalies over the years, he coached on one day 12 goalies. I didn't know we had that many at the club, but he coached everybody and their dogs. It was unbelievable, and yeah, so fantastic. Jack Robinson is leaving as well. Fantastic young goalie coach. The future is bright for him. So Andreas Kohlmeier will leave. Future is bright for him. His CV is Bayern Munich, Liverpool FC in the most successful spells you can have.
And this is what I say. Like, this was planned in order. You know, like when a coach is leaving, not everybody leaves. If you know what I mean, they still keep people around. But since the regime of Edwards have stepped in, it looks like he doesn't trust anyone around the club that's involved with Jurgen Klopp. So he's getting rid of everybody. I don't know if Carol and Carol are going to stay, the tea ladies, but it looks like from top to bottom, everybody's leaving. And it's going to be a new era at Liverpool Football Club. To the, you know, from a point of view of Marco Edwards. That's how I see it. He's a CEO now, so he calls the shots in regards to Liverpool Football Club. So yeah, just watch this space. Nobody's gonna be remaining at Liverpool Football Club. That's from the Klopp era.
So that's really cool. Dr. Andreas Schlumberger, many people will leave, but it's normal. Actually, it's not. They don't leave because I go or whatever, but there's a new start, and that's fine. And in football, you usually, if you want to be part of the football business, you need to be ready to move a lot, because usually you get a sack after half a year or after a year and stuff like this, and you go on next one, stuff. And it's always an experience. But we experienced 8.5 years together, which is pretty special, and everybody's super thankful and appreciative of that. And they all see it like that. So they will be fine, and I will follow whatever they will do. And Joel and Thiago were in my office. We spoke a bit longer this week. Have you ever seen a better free transfer than Joel Matip? You will not find a more likable person than Joel Matip. He's funny in its own way. It's ridiculously funny, to be honest, and a wonderful man with a wonderful family. So he has to make a decision, does he want to play on or not? That we will see that, or read it, or whatever. But whoever gets him is a lucky club, definitely, because he's world class and super humble. That together is now really rare, like super humble. You know.
I for one will miss Joel Matip. You know, like he came from Schalke and the beginning of obviously Klopp's era. Him and I think it was Ronaldo, they came together around the same time. That guy, like, although he's injury prone, obviously he had injuries, but he's changed the fortunes of Liverpool Football Club. You know what I mean? He turned us into a defensive, solid team with Van Dijk. Him and Van Dijk's partnership, I think, is going to be up there with one of the greatest Premier League partnership as centre back. So I wish him all the luck. It's just unfortunate, you know, when he got that injury, obviously at home. I think it was against Fulham when we beat them. The defense didn't look the same. You know what I mean? With that partnership with him and Van Dijk, even at their age in their 30s, it was still solid. With the, you know what I mean? This is why, you know, Konate doesn't play a lot. And whenever Matip is available, Matip plays on a regular basis. So with Van Dijk and Matip together, they was just phenomenal partnership at any age, any season. And even this season, if you look at the beginning, them two were formidable partnership again. And yeah, I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna really gonna miss Joel Matip, because, you know, I never, even at his best, you never heard him, you know, disrupt the squad, say I want to leave, give me more money or anything like that. He's a humble guy, like Jurgen Klopp said, and he stuck through Liverpool through thick and thin, and to the point that we had to get rid of him, not like he wanted to leave Liverpool Football Club. So yeah, I'm gonna miss him, man. And I remember when him and Lovren was partnership, Chelsea away, when Henderson scored that top corner goal. He was phenomenal in his debut season. Yeah, it's gonna be tough with that Joel Matip, especially when you watch the LFC TV stuff. You know, when they play pranks on him and all that stuff. Yeah, obviously on the pitch and off the pitch, he's just a fantastic guy, man. And I'm gonna miss him. Really gonna miss him. Let's get back before I get emotional, yeah?
And the next world-class player, then obviously Thiago. In a parallel world, I would have loved to see the career without injuries.
Oh.
I'm not sure the best, but definitely one of the best I ever saw. He can do things. I'm not sure. I was, before that, I didn't think it's possible. He's in control of absolutely everything on the pitch. Unfortunately, the body didn't play exactly a part, but he's in a good way. He looked really good yesterday, and I'm sure he won't want to give a try again. So I told them already, thank you for everything what they did. So I don't think I have to tell you that now. But now, whoever leaves this club and worked together last year, they were all brilliant. There's nothing. If they wouldn't have been brilliant, they would have left last year.
We all know Thiago is one of the best midfielders that ever existed, especially in the modern era. It's just unfortunate he came to Liverpool at a late age. You know, injuries were hitting him. We already knew that when he was at Bayern Munich, that he's an injury-prone player, but we just didn't use him right. If Wijnaldum stayed longer, maybe we would have used him right. You know what I mean? And he could have, you know, like flourished as a Liverpool player, and could have remembered him even better. But you know, sometimes things don't go that way. You know. In football, in life, it's whatever happens is the way it is, and you just got to get on with it. Is he a legend at Liverpool Football Club? No, but you know, he gave us memories as a player, things we haven't seen in that midfield for years, and you know, dominance at some games, you know, passes that nobody else can do, shots like nobody else can do. You know what I mean? Goals he scored were just amazing. I'm just sad about, like, we ain't gonna remember him, like we did, like Steven Gerrard and players like that. I wish he came to us at the age of 26, 27, something like that, and then you could just develop as a Liverpool player. Like Klopp said, if he had him without injuries, maybe he would have been a legend at Liverpool Football Club, a player we could all remember, a player we could all admire, a player we could all talk about in the future, as one of the greatest Liverpool players of all time. But like I said, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. It's just unfortunate for him. But people, please like, share, subscribe. Big up Statman Stubbs as always. Thanks for the comment, mate. I appreciate that. Andrew says the end of an era for Z. I hope all is well. All is good. That's the way it is. Football, it doesn't stay the same. Like I said many times, like you got to move on. You can't keep looking back, look forward. And some of the players are going to be leaving this season as well. I could imagine a few players going to say it's time to go. They're loyal to Jurgen Klopp as well, so they're going to consider their future, and they're probably going to end up putting a transfer request, or it is what it is. Please like, share, subscribe, people. I appreciate that. We're on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, obviously X, and Instagram as well. All we want you guys to do is come to the YouTube channel, subscribe. That's all we do. We're trying to pick up the YouTube channel, so please do that for us. James Smith says live after Klopp is gonna be strange. Oh yeah, 100%. Edmund says hit the like button, 100%. Big up John Conway as always. How are you? I'm good, bro. I'm really, really good. Big up Neuro Beats. Big up, man. I saw your shows the other day. Fantastic, bro. Keep up the good work, man. We just got to keep going, isn't it? Yes. Let's get back to the press conference.
So, because we don't carry problems with us. So I'm really, really thankful for that.
Yeah, we've often tried to get you to comment on the wider things affecting football. So for the last time, Premier League clubs next month, they're going to be voting on whether or not to scrap VAR. I just wondered if you were voting, how you would vote.
Not looking good, is it?
I'm not sure that they vote against VAR. I think they vote against how VAR gets used, because that's definitely not right. So I understand that. In the way they do it, I would vote against it, because these people are not able to use it properly. I don't think that VAR is the problem, but the way we use it is the problem. So if you cannot change the people, obviously that's clear. You need them, and so then I would say, yeah, I would vote for scrapping VAR.
Thank you very much.
Jürgen, how do you want your side to sign off against Wolves in your final game? A win, obviously, but the manner.
Look, this is a massive challenge now to sit here and pretend that I.
Listen, guys, with the VAR, let's just be honest there. It was never going to work. It was never going to work with these officials that we have. They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. They're never going to change, like he said. VAR is not the problem. It's the people that actually control it. The rest of Europe use it in the same way. It's just the Premier League wants to use it their own way, to favor their league. You might not believe it, but corruption does exist in football, and there's no one more corrupt than the Premier League. Let's just be honest there. Look at Man City, 115 charges, and we're still waiting for them to get charged. What is that all about, people? Let's just be realistic here. You got to be true to yourself. And we saw some of the decisions this season, like blatant decisions, I guess, especially Liverpool Football Club, and we had to learn to accept it. Can you imagine if we had those points right now, where we would be in the Premier League? We would probably be top right now. But it's never going to work out that way, because the way they want it is the rich always going to survive in the Premier League, and the people, the teams that actually follow the rules and do their own thing, those are the ones that are going to suffer at the end of the day, and we're suffering because of things like that. I'm not making excuses. It's just a true fact. You see what's happened in those games. You got Arsenal at home, Odegaard playing a basketball in the penalty box, and you got Man City at home, Doku kicking McAllister in the chest, and then you see Kai Havertz a few games ago puts his leg on the goalkeeper, drops to the floor, VAR checked it, and they still gave a penalty. This is what I'm saying, people. This is corruption to the core, because what they want to do is make a dramatic ending to the season. Watch what's going to happen. West Ham is going to score early against Man City. Man City is going to wait to the second half and score dramatic ending at the end of the game. That's what's going to happen. You know how it is. We've seen this book before. Aston Villa. versus Man City. And then you got Aguero moment, Queen's Park Rangers against Man City. This is what they want to do. It's so fixed. It's unreal, people. Corruption to the core. This is why we probably get limited views on this channel, because we told the truth. They don't like the truth, man. You know what I mean? We don't get promoted a lot because we tell you the truth. That's the difference. I don't sit back here and, you know, like I said to you, I've been off for a few weeks. It's not because I was ill or anything happened to me. I've been off a few weeks because I'm hurting here. You know what I mean? I'm seeing my team changing right in front of me, and I don't want to go through another 30 years, you know, touch wood, of the same things happening. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But like I said, VAR will never change as long as PGMOL is in charge of it, and Howard Webb and all these corrupt referees who always get the games, the important games. Have you guys noticed Anthony Taylor, Paul Tini, all these guys, Chris Kavanagh? It's the same referees we always hear about, you know, on a continuous basis. Like I said before, 23 referees are assigned to the Premier League. We only know about 3 or 4. You know what I mean? What is this all about? What is this all about? You don't even hear from the rest of the referees. It's crazy. It's not even location related. It's to do with, you know, making sure it's the same referees that's always in those games making the same mistakes because they're used to it. So you don't have to complain about it anymore. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. But let's get back, man.
I have no clue how the team meeting will be. So I think the documentary guys are in, right? I'm not sure, but probably they asked me to go, if they can have the last meeting, team meeting, which nobody ever had. And I said no, because I have no idea how that will be. Maybe Virgil is doing it. So because somebody has to do it who is really on fire. Can I be on fire? Probably yes. I think so, but I don't know in the moment. But it will be really strange. And now we talk about a Wolves game. Yes, I want us to play top football. People come for that. But we need an atmosphere for that. Like during a game would be cool if that would be not a goodbye atmosphere, but really football atmosphere, that would be cool. It's a strong opponent. They played a sensational season. They were the most unlucky team I ever saw with the VR decisions. They were crazy against Wolves. Wow.
We know all about that, Klopp.
We had a few strange ones, but they are the champions of that. Unbelievable. Now recently results not exactly maybe what they would expect, and especially with the football they played before, but they will be strong. They want to have finish on a high, so we have to be strong. We will prepare as good and as normal as possible. But this time I think I was never the part to disturb the good game, but probably in this moment I am the one, because I'm really sorry for that. I would love not to be that, but standing there and pretending that's a completely normal game, nobody would believe me that if I tell that. So it's a challenge for different reasons this time, and I hope we all together can just put a really good performance on the pitch. I think we all would deserve that, and it's much easier to celebrate afterwards if you saw a good game before. But I cannot guarantee that now, but I will try as hard as I can.
Carlos.
Hi, Egan.
Hi.
Your last trophy was the EFL Cup. You won 7 major trophies while being here. But how much did you enjoy that compared to the ones? Because did it encapsulate what your team has played like over the time? Because you had to have the adversity of all the injuries, playing the kids as well. How much joy did that give you, that win?
I said it after the game. This is my favorite final I've ever played. For the circumstances we played it in. That's how it is. It's not the competition, but the final. Forget what you get afterwards. So we all know that people see the Carabao Cup or whatever, but in that moment, I tell you, it felt absolutely outstanding. They could have given us each trophy. We were taking it and would have been the happiest people on the planet. It was just, the game was great, that was very
Yeah, we could never forget that cup final, or you know, like a goal that was disallowed in normal time. Van Dijk scored it, and we've seen like the same challenge in the next game, which is Nottingham Forest versus Man United, but that wasn't given by the same referee, by the way. So, like I said, you know, Liverpool Football Club, whether we agree or not, is purposely, you know, done over. Purposely done over. Like I said, in the Carabao Cup final, perfect goal. Who cares if Endo obstructed Colwell? You know what I mean? Like Colwell ran into him. And then you see something even more controversial in the Man United Nottingham Forest game, where a player was brought down, and then they scored from it, Man United, but that wasn't even considered. So it's it's a blatant cheating in front of your face, but we have to accept it because we're Liverpool Football Club, and things like that is the norm. If you know what I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Let me just get to the comments before I continue. Big up, Ends, man. Big up, brother. Big up, man. Your channel's doing great, bro. Keep up, man. Keep it up, bro. Please go subscribe to him. He's a genuine guy. He's brilliant, man. He's one of the best from what I've seen on YouTube as well. So please go and subscribe to him. Jake says, bro, can I come through, have a chat? Mate, I'm only doing this, it's going to take me a while. It's obviously a press conference. I have to read through it, and I have to, elaborate everything to you guys as well. So I will do a show with you, but yeah, just bear with me, bro. I've just come back myself, bro. But thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate that, bro. Andrew Stevens says world class if he was. Oh, this is Thiago, I believe. World class if he wasn't so injury prone. But every humble guy. Oh, you're talking about Matip, sorry, as well. Always seemed like a nice personality to be around too. Yeah, he was. Listen, he's a world class defender. You can't deny that. You know what I mean? Him and Van Dijk's partnership should be up there with the best of them. And I'm a firm believer. Please get the chats going. I'm here for you guys until this, obviously the end of the press conference, and I will discuss, further stuff as we go along as well. So please do that for us. Let's do this. Let's get back.
Exceptional. You're right. It showed everything what this club is about, because we created the people created an atmosphere in the stadium which I'm not sure Wembley ever had before. I know now a few guys from other teams will say, yeah, in 1976 it was like that, but who cares? It's a really, if our people can create some special moments, wow. And that night the team created something really special. The club created something really special. The academy created something really special. It was, from a club point of view, the best night of our lives, because you want to have the kids involved. You want to have that. You want to give the recognition to the academy. I mean, I didn't have to say a word. You usually have to say, and Alex Ingelsdorf is doing that, and Barry's doing that, and Mark is doing that. But that night, everybody just had to look where are they coming from. Everybody knew that obviously the coaches and the academy did really well, and I loved that to bits. Love to see the kids' eyes. And the elder ones, virtual skipper, first trophy, blah blah blah. It was just a fantastic night, and I will never forget that, definitely. And yeah, it was a good one.
And is there a moment or a goal performance which kind of defines the football that you want your teams to play with over the years?
The football we played was, I would say, the best football we played against Man City this year. In that game, in that period, I don't know exactly.
Oh, for sure,
anymore,
100%.
but we never
No
controlled
doubt about
City
that.
like we did it that day. That is super difficult to see where they are now. So they're obviously still a really good team, but that day we played the best. We won before, but they were different games. And we played really good, and we scored incredible goals against them, but I don't know, 40 passes in possession, ending up completely free in front of the goal. Yeah. But controlling a game against a team like that, putting them under pressure like that, we never did before.
100%.
So that was my favorite.
No doubt about that.
Maybe it's 60 minutes or so, but that's really good. More spectacular Barcelona. So many things. Best goal, Alisson Becker. Best assist, Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Oh, yeah. Barcelona versus Barcelona, yeah. Corner.
Yeah. Best save, Alisson Becker against Napoli.
Yes. Melik, is it Melik? Yeah, Melik.
What else? What was that? Best cross? No. Oh, back heel. Best back heel goal, Sadio Mane. Yeah. I had a few things, yeah.
Man, I'm going to miss those Champions League nights, people. Those Champions League nights with this team, man. There was nothing like it. There was nothing like it. And it's going to be strange not seeing that anymore. it was always dramatic, innit, on the club, the Champions League nights. If you think about it, like we're always it's last minute goals, last minute saves, you know, coming back from goals down to win games. It was just an adventure, you know. It was just one of those things that, you know, can only happen at Liverpool Football Club. It can never happen, you know, at any other club. And it was, man. In my lifetime, I think it's the best time I've had because, you know, as an adult, it was just amazing. As a kid, you know, I loved that team from the 80s. But as an adult, I've never seen anything like this. You know what I mean? Liverpool team do what Klopp's team's done. And that's what I'm going to miss most of all. I'm hoping, you know, like a Bill Shankly, a crossover to, you know, Bob Paisley happens. All we could do is live in hope, innit, guys, boys and girls. That's all we can do, innit? And if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, there's going to be a lot of irate fans out there. There's going to be like a lot of fans are going to ask questions. A lot of fans are going to be upset, you know what I mean? And I just don't want to be a negative person. That's why I had to stay away for a bit. I was so upset, you know, when I see things happening right in front of my face and nobody's questioning it. And some people are saying, good riddance, Jurgen Klopp. I don't know what kind of fan base we have in the modern day. But when I was growing up, we support people that do well for us. And it looks like in the modern day, like people are just happy, you know, when managers that done so well for you is leaving. And, you know, you don't say thank you for what you've done or anything like that, but I hear a lot of good riddance. You know, he was never going to improve Liverpool. We play the same way all the time and things like that. It's just wrong. You know what I mean? Klopp is a manager, yes, and he's a motivator, but he has coaches around him that, you know, should be changing the structure of the team, you know, how we play and all that stuff. As he said, as he alluded to from about Pep Linders in the beginning of this interview. So, you know what I mean? He hasn't had that time of, you know, changing coaches around, getting new ideas in and all that stuff. So you got to look into it that way. Look at Alex Ferguson. How did he succeed? Changing coaches on a regular basis, getting new ideas in, you know, fresh ideas, different formations and all that stuff. And, you know, Klopp, as well as he is as a good manager, I don't expect him, you know, to put tactics, you know, like these, you know, coaches do. So, yeah. I think he would have evolved with time. I honestly think Klopp would have evolved with time as long as he's getting these coaches in. But, you know, people don't realize that. They start prejudging, you know, managers and all that stuff. And as soon as they leave, and you start criticizing them. Why are you not criticizing them when they're still there? And, you know, our behavior last season as well wasn't good either, people. Are we forgetting? Like, we were just trashing him time and time again, to the point in the interviews he was biting at people. You know what I mean? We didn't put ourselves in a good situation. Okay, he trusted players from previous season that nearly won you the quad. Like, he didn't want to let them go straight away. It happens, you know what I mean? If someone done something good for you in a previous season, do you just get rid of them the next season? You don't. You give them a chance to go again in the new season. That's what he tried, and it didn't work out. So this season he brought new players in, and it worked to a certain extent. But as soon as this messages came out of him leaving and Michael Edwards coming back, you know, which is the timing was wrong in my opinion. The ownership should have waited until the end of the season. Then they could announce it to the public. You know what I mean? You don't disrupt teams as they go in for a title, in my opinion. And that's what we've done wrong. Let's be realistic here. As soon as you corrupt the players' minds and you told them like, oh, you know, he's leaving at the end of the season, you know, new coaches are going to come in. Michael Edwards is coming back that he doesn't get along with. You know, in the beginning, they'll say, let's do it for Klopp. Let's do it for Klopp, you know, like this, like maniacs. But as time goes on, what happens? Players start thinking about their future. Players thinking about the Euros. Players thinking about their next paycheck, you know, I mean, things like that. So you're already corrupted these players, man. You should never make players overthink what they're doing. Because once you start doing that, it goes all pear-shaped. And that's what happened. And I did say that in the beginning. It's about the timing. It's all wrong what we're doing. And what happened? Now you can see it. We was challenging for the league title at the time. Now we're not. You know what I mean? Those players that were saying, oh, let's do it for Klopp, like Trent, all that stuff. They're not pulling their weight on the pitch, are they? Van Dijk, you know, as a leader, he's not really Henderson or Milner, is he? If you look at him now. So we've got two captains there, the captain and the vice captain, who should be pulling this team together. If we lose a game, get everyone to the, you know, to the house. Talk to them, look at the games, look what you're making mistakes on, and then we can resolve it on the pitch. No, we go to Everton away, and then we put a little finger on Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and he scores a header, 3-header in the box while we're challenging for a title. That's what I'm saying to you guys. There's no leadership, number one. Number two, you don't corrupt the players' brains, and that's what they did. We corrupted their minds, and we made them believe, you know, we could do it for Klopp and all that stuff. But as the time goes on, like I said before I started this, so before I talked about this, you know, the players start thinking about the future. That's what's happened, man, and we're fucked. We're absolutely fucked now because of, you know, not winning the title. We don't know when the next league title is gonna come, people. You could read into the future and all this stuff. Marco Edwards is gonna do this, you know. Marco Edwards is not a manager, people. He's a financial guy. He's a businessman. You know what I mean? He's a CEO. He doesn't pick the team. So stop thinking like he's gonna be your savior. It's the manager or head coach that's coming in that has to change what's going on the pitch. And if you can't do it, we're in a big bad situation, and it's going to be a long time for Liverpool Football Club to come back, man. And that's what angers me when I look at our fan base, the way we're acting. Wake up, man. I've been through this. I sat here 30 years thinking things are going to change, and it didn't change. So think about it, man.
In terms of the success you've enjoyed at the club compared to the competition you've faced, how do you reflect on your time here?
For me, it's absolutely. I'm absolutely fine. I know we could have won more, but I cannot change that anymore. So I'm absolutely fine. We could have won less, it's possible as well. Not becoming champion for a point, it's not a great experience, but it's an experience and shows you that you are really good. That will not be in the.
Listen, anyone that's facing Man City, it was going to be tough for them. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, like Man City, this is the worst Man City's team I've ever seen in a long time. And look at them, they're going to win the league. So this is what we're facing on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? If Liverpool come closer, Man City is going to get further away. They're going to get the players, they're going to get all this stuff to make them even much better. So this is how it's always been. You know what I mean? As soon as Liverpool get closer, Man City go up. And, you know, it was always going to be tough for Jurgen Klopp if the ownership ain't helping him as much as they should. You know what I mean? All we ask for is a little ambition. That's all we ask for. We don't ask for a lot of money. We don't want £100 million players or anything like that. Spend, you know, according to the system you have, which is players that can fit the system that could make us better. So once we get into the season, we'll have a chance of winning the Premier League. And we didn't do that, man, under these ownerships, unfortunately.
History books, obviously, it's not, and then all the wins and then the nearly wins, they will not be there. I know that. That's life. But you cannot, if you are in it, you cannot see it like that. I can't. And I couldn't have done anything different. And in this moment, because just it's I think this one season, I don't know which it was now exactly, but when we don't score at City, when the ball was pretty much over the line, but was not. And in the same season, I think 2-3 weeks later, Aguero scores a goal where the ball is that much at Burnley over the line. Yeah, sorry, that's now not my fault. I don't take that. I take responsibility for everything, but not for that. So we could have, but it's fine. We could have won more Champions League. Being 3 times in a Champions League final is an outstanding achievement. Outstanding achievement. Being brave enough and try it always again.
1 second, people. Like, the only thing I dislike about Klopp's management in his era is we play too much for the occasions. Do you get what I'm saying? In regards to teams like Real Madrid, you know, Man United, Arsenal, you know, teams like that, we played because of what they were instead of like what they were at the time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like with the past history. That's what we was playing against instead of like the current teams that we're facing. We should have beat Real Madrid twice. Let's just be honest here. We should have, you know, Atletico Madrid and things like that. We should beat teams like this at home. You know what I mean? We should be like losing to teams like that. But in the Klopp era, the issue that I have is occasions. We play too much to occasion because of the team's name and their past history. That's what we play too much on. and we shouldn't be doing that, in my opinion. We pay too much respect. That's the way to put it. Too much respect to these teams. But you look at their players, they're not on par with our players at the time as well, which is like frustrating. Now you look at Real Madrid, they go into the youth section, and now, you know, Mbappe is going to be joining them next season. Can you imagine how powerful they can be? It's crazy. They're already in the Champions League final. They already won the La Liga with this young team. Now add on Mbappe to that, who's going to be probably on fire. That's going to be a frightening team. We let this happen, people. We shouldn't let these things happen. When teams are down there, you make sure they're down there for a long time, and we didn't capitalize on that. We just played too much of occasion football, and that's what we need to like get rid of in this new era.
As we did is really outstanding. It is really brave, because a good chance
Sorry if you my
that
lights
you
don't.
lose the final. It's just how it is, because you face then Real Madrid. They win it. They found always a way to win it. And we tried again, and that's how it is. So I said before, I would not be happy if I would have thought I could have done more. I couldn't have done more. Could have done better. Me, not. Could somebody else done better? Yeah, probably. That's possible. But me in that situation, no, and that's why I'm fine with it. And the rest will be judged by the people, and I'm pretty sure more of them are fine with what we did.
He couldn't do any more, people. Let's just be realistic here. Like, what he did is as much as he can. You know what I mean? You're facing a juggernaut. You know what I mean? Those kind of teams that's impossible to catch. In life, the rich always survive. You know what I mean? The rich always can redevelop. The rich can do whatever they want. You know what I mean? So it was always going to be tough. It's always going to be tough, man. Let me just get to Trent, vice captain, and Angel says, yeah, he's a vice captain. So, you know, if you're a captain, you should be getting full throttle. You know what I mean? That's the type of captain I want. Captain and vice captains, and he didn't do himself any good, you know, in certain games. Okay, you're not a very good defender, but at least try to defend. Okay, you're not really, you know, good at positional sense, but at least try to do that. You know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to say. If you're there's 8 games to go, Angel. 8 games to go. You have to give it your all in order for you to win that league. You know what I mean? And we didn't do that. We didn't do enough, in my opinion, as captain and vice captain. We didn't do enough, in my opinion, bro. And this is why I'm complaining about that kind of way. If you look at Henderson and, you know, Milner's, one like will you know, give you headache on the pitch, and the other one off the pitch will tell you like what you're doing wrong. And this is what these two haven't done this season. We had a chance to win the league, my brother. We had the chance to win the league, and we blew it. 8 games to go. We could have done it, mate. You can't lose against the likes of Crystal Palace at home. I'm sorry, you can't. You just can't.
And some think it's not enough, and both is absolutely all right if they think like that.
Carl.
How you doing?
Just on the sort of lines, a lot of the fans talk about the journey and the emotional journey they've had, rather than maybe the trophies and the results. I was wondering what you're going to take away from the experience
Same.
you've had outside of the results.
I know, it's the same. Look, it's nearly a decade in my life, and super influential in so many ways.
A decade, not a decade.
So many ways. I spoke before about how hard it will be to say goodbye. I love absolutely everything about this place. I do. And I take memories with me, fantastic memories. I take friendships with me, relationships with me, forever. Look, I think that and you realize that the older you get, when time slips through your fingers, that's worse. You only realize that later on. You look back and think, my God, that was quick. I don't think it was quick, the 9 years. It's not that I feel it as if I would have arrived yesterday. I really think it was the absolute opposite of waste of time. We used absolutely everything and tried to make the best out of everything, tried to enjoy it as much as somehow possible. And
Big up, Uncle Ross. Please go subscribe to
a
him,
decade
people.
in your life is a massive one, and I will not forget. I'm not going to say a minute, but I will not forget a day in that time, because I found I met the best people I ever met. I had, yeah, and I did for the best club I could have imagined. So that's just how it is in a wonderful, very.
I'm gonna miss Klopp, you know that. I'm really gonna miss it. Please smash the like button, people. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're on other social media such as Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, and X, please come to our YouTube channel and subscribe. I don't normally do this anymore. I just do it on YouTube on its own. So does New Repeats, so does Added. So please, yeah, come and join us on our YouTube channel, and you know, let's get to 2,000 as soon as possible. I can see Klopp is missing. He's already, you know, like, feeling sad, if you know what I mean. When you look at him, he doesn't look like he's happy. He doesn't look like he wants to leave. When I saw some pictures of him the other day, he was standing in the middle of the pitch. He was standing on the Kop, and you know, they were celebrating all the trophies that he's won at the club as well. You know, the backroom staff and, you know, everyone around the club. You could see, like, you know what they say. Most managers, when they leave Liverpool, say it's never the same after that. You know, Rafa Benitez said that. Gerard Houllier said that. You know, Brendan Rodgers, etc. All those guys, when they left, they said it's never the same when you leave Liverpool, and because there's no club like it. There's no fan like us. You know what I mean? Everybody copies us. You know what I mean? Although, you know, they claim another team is bigger than us, but everybody copies Liverpool Football Club. Nobody copies, you know, the so-called Red Devils. You know what I mean? Look at that stadium all falling apart. You know what I mean? And people still claim they are the biggest club. They're not. I'm sorry. Like, football's about trophies, and we've got the best trophies. We've done it all. We've done it all, and you've never dominated Europe like us either. So you could have your Ferguson, you know, as the best manager of all time, all this stuff. Who only dominated the Premier League, he never dominated Europe. But yeah, Liverpool Football Club, you know, it's always going to be up there with the likes of Real Madrid, you know, Bayern Munich, Ajax, etc. So we're the only ones that they talk about like that, not Man United. So yeah, man. Yeah, but I'm gonna miss Klopp. I'm gonna really miss Klopp, because, you know, if you talk about a manager and a football club that's the same, we're a carbon copy of each other, and there's no other club like that. You know what I mean? That has that kind of relationship with the manager. The manager suits the club suits the manager, and it's gonna be difficult, man. It's gonna be difficult.
Very, very, very special city. Very special. Nothing is perfect nowadays, but the majority of the people in the city are, for me, as close as possible, because the way they are, the way they deal with life, the way they welcome you, the way they treat you. And I don't mean me. I mean all the people I know when they arrive in the city. What they tell me describes people in Liverpool. And that's wonderful to know. I'm completely in peace. It's wonderful to know that I spent a big time of my life here. Mm-hmm. And I said it before, I got the key of the city, and I know that's probably for a lot of people rather funny. Oh my God. For me, it feels like responsibility. So I don't think, and I don't imagine that the club will need my help in the future. But if the city needs me, I'm there. That's how it is. So I wanna be helpful in whatever way, and we will see how that looks.
We've got time for a few more to ask somebody break up as well. James, please.
Jürgen, the pictures earlier on this week, you stood on the pitch alone at Anfield and then stood on the Kop. You know, what was that experience like?
I'm really sorry. I know that's life is about pictures and stuff like this. It was a staff event. That's why I went there. Loved it, did it. But then people from our TV channel, other people asked me to do that. I would never wear a sacco and a shirt and go to Anfield in an empty stadium and just stand there and enjoy an empty stadium. I love Anfield to bits, but I love when it's full. Yes. This was created. I hope it's not. I hope that's not a picture of my time at Liverpool, being alone in the stadium. That would be somehow dressed up. I had, when they asked me to do that, I stood there, and yes, that feels kind of then strange. And yes, you realize I never did it before, so now I did it once, and I will never do it again. Probably. When can you find Anfield completely for yourself and be alone in there? But I wasn't alone. A lot of cameras were around, you can see, because there were pictures. No, Anfield is super special place because the people. It's a nice stadium. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. But the people make it exceptional.
Rory Schmidt on the last one for France.
Jürgen, I don't know how much chance you get or have had over the last few years to actually go into Liverpool, the city. But
Yeah, sorry people. My
your
light
face
ain't
is
working
kind
for
of
one of them.
everywhere. There's
Strange.
half a dozen mules.
I haven't been on for ages.
That doesn't help with me going into the city.
Yeah, but
There's a guy stand there.
how do you explain how much the fans have taken to you personally?
I can. I've. It's. I mean. Okay. I try to explain why I like the people so much. Why the people like me so much. How can I describe that? It's not. I don't understand it properly. I know the football manager of Liverpool is before you put a step on the pitch. People like you until you disappoint them. We never really disappointed, I think, moments, but in general, it was all right. But the club is special. The club, and that you realize now as well. The club means the world to so many people. It's crazy. So here, use opportunity to apologize. I got over the last months, over the years, but now in the last few weeks, it was really extreme. Emails, letters. If I start answering them, I sit here until 2028. So it's just too much, and I really apologize that I cannot react on it. Some of them I read. I didn't read all of them. I couldn't organize tickets for the last game. There were a lot of requests as well. But it shows when yesterday I had for LFC TV to read letters. And I think one of them I burst into tears. It's just not possible. It's like the stories behind it, what it meant to the people and what we did over these 9 years and how their life changed in these 9 years. I know that football can do that to people.
Yeah.
You can know it, football can do that to a city. And we did that. But the thing is now, and some people might think, now I leave and that's gone. But it's not, because experience are there to learn from. And if you all experience now that can lead, that the way we felt, the way we bought into it, led to the fact how happy we were. Yeah. Then keep doing that for the next generation, for the next team, which is big.
You forget like where we was before Klopp, people. You forget that. Like, I more or less give up. I was saying, I think like when Graham Souness came in, great player, Liverpool guy, captain. You know, if we ever have a starting lineup for Liverpool Football Club all-time 11, Graham Souness probably be the captain, with Emilien Hughes probably and Gerrard. But when he came in, the success just disappeared. But we still supported the club, don't get me wrong. Like, we support the club, we tried to like bring it back. Didn't work. I mean, he won the FA Cup, didn't work. Roy Evans came in, should have never been given the job. Didn't work really. The players dominated him. You know what I mean? White suits says it all in the FA Cup final. And then he joined up with Gerard Houllier as a joint manager. Didn't work. Gerard Houllier became the manager after that. It was all right to the level below the highest level, if you know what I mean. There's Champions League level, there's UEFA Cup level. It was UEFA Cup at the time. It wasn't the prettiest football I've ever watched, but it got us the success, if you know what I mean, to bring us back to the top. Came back to the Champions League. Obviously, we won the UEFA Cup, we won the FA Cup, we won the League Cup, the treble as they call it those times. But the football was never going to be great because it never developed. Gerard Houllier got ill, just like Graham Souness. And then, you know, Rafa Benitez came in. A lot of players wanted to leave, like Marco Owen left. We won the Champions League in that season as well. The first season, he brought in, you know, Javi Alonso, Luis Garcia, players like that. Josemi, as I remember. It was all right. I mean, it was good football, exciting times ahead. You know, we bought Torres after that, you know, players like that. It was going all right. 2008, 2009 season, nearly won the league. Only lost, I think, 2 games in the whole season, but Man United pipped us to it. Yeah, it just didn't work out as we expected it with obviously with Rafa Benitez. He wanted to sell Alonso, get Barry in. That was all. I don't know what's going on with the noise. Oh, is that side? Sorry, people. Like this noise coming from that side. Yeah, you know, like he wanted Barry over Alonso. Then we start saying to ourselves as a football club, is that worth it? You know, like Barry, you know, what I mean, coming in for for Alonso. That's when we realized Rafa Benitez, you know, with his facts, is going crazy. Roy Hodgson came in, never should have been appointed. Let's be honest there. Kenny Dalglish came in, you know, steadied the ship. We made it to 2 cup finals. Should have won the FA Cup. You know, like Andy Carroll almost got us back into that game. Andy Carroll, you know what I mean. And then Brendan Rodgers came in with challenge for 1 season. Defensively, we was poor. We was conceding goals every game we played. We had to outscore the teams that we played. You know, and that didn't work out. Got rid of all of his coaches, and you know, a few months later into the season, Klopp came in. First game away at Tottenham, we played this different type of football that's going to be the future of the club. I remember it because Adam Lallana came off the pitch and he started hugging. I think Klopp, he was so tired, and you know, the future, it just became different. Like the guy made us believe. Like he said to us, you know, believe that I want to turn you guys from doubters to believe in it, and he did. You know what I mean? When all of us thought like it's over, I gave up. Let's just be honest here. Like 30 years prior to that, I was successful with Kenny Dalglish, you know, as the manager, and then 30 years later, there's nothing. And I said like, how much more can I take of this nonsense, man? Because you know my club ain't developing, while other clubs are getting better. Even Chelsea got better. Chelsea used to be a mid-table team, people. I mean, you know, Gavin Peacocks and, you know, Steen and, you know, Sinclairs and Clark, you know, the Scotland manager. This is who they had in goal in the team, guys. You know, I mean, Dennis Wise as their captain and players like that. So, you know, when teams like that, you know, became better than you, and, you know, and you're just standing still and you have to accept it. That's when you started thinking to yourself, is it worth it at the end, you know, thinking like we're going to get back. You listen, no matter what, you're gonna support your club no matter what. Let's be realistic here. Good, bad, whatever it is, you're part of that club's DNA. You can't change. You know what I mean? We could be like, you know, like a mid-table team. We could be below that, and you know, Crystal Palace. You know, no offense, but I'm saying we could become teams like that, and you're still gonna be supporting the football club. That's how it is. That's life. You know what I mean? Once you're connected to that football club, you stay. These people that flip-flop, I don't understand who they are, really. Like, you know what I mean? That's not a football fan, you know what I'm saying? So, I just said, you know, maybe I just have to accept it. We're never going to be that club that we used to be. Just accept it for what it is. And then, you know, we changed at the club. We've changed to the team that we become right now. We're expectance of, you know, success. We got chance of winning the Champions League. If you told me this about 20 years ago, we're going to win the Champions League, I would be laughing at your face. You know what I mean? This is how we became. I mean, you're joking. We was accepting like to losing to the likes of Ipswich and teams like that. That was a norm. But yeah, man, this manager changed a lot. You don't understand, like, if you haven't been through it, you don't understand it. That's how I can put it for you. If you haven't been through what we've been through, the older fans that is, you won't understand it. That's why I always say we're different to the modern day fans, because we don't criticize, you know, players personally or anything like that. If they do badly, we say you move on. You go to your next club. That is it. We don't go personally to their social media and criticize them and, you know, abuse them and all that stuff. We don't do things like that. You know what I mean? And we don't say Klopp, good riddance and things like that. We say thank you for the memories. We're gutted you're leaving, but, you know, we've got to move forward instead of like moving back. So, yeah, man, this guy's done a lot, people. Believe me. Like, if you've been there when I was there, you probably, you know, be lost somewhere in the park. Yeah, thinking about the good old days, if you know what I mean. But yeah, he brought us back, man. He brought us back.
Parts is still here for the next manager, and you will feel the same way, because the support is not, doesn't depend on people, not at all. It's about the club. It was before me about the club. It will be after me about the club, and that's how it should be. But we have very special, very special supporters, and the last 9 years meant
I've got to be real with our fan base as well. Like, what we need to understand is this guy has brought us back to the top. Yeah, we need to start thinking like that. If these owners, as I said many times, they are trying to lower our expectations, and you can see it finally. I know some can't see it, but you can see it finally. Please, I'm telling you right now, stand up for your club. Don't accept mediocrity in this club. Don't accept being mediocre. Don't accept that, because you keep quoting Bill Shankly, like if we win, draw, lose, if you're not with us, then you shouldn't be with us at all, and all this stuff. But Bill Shankly didn't build this club from scratch to be a mediocre club. He built it to be a bastion of invisibility, like he keeps alluding to. You know what I mean? So think about it that way. We don't want to be back to that club that nobody cared about anymore. We want to go back to the club where we was. And if these owners don't share the same ambition, please, please, please stand up for your club. Because I can see it. And I mentioned it a week after Klopp made that announcement. And then, you know, they talked about Marco Edwards coming back. And I said, they drove him out. I said it straight away. Now people are trying to take credit for the same thing I've been saying. There's this guy said the monster that pushed Klopp out or something. Well, look a month back before that guy. I said the same thing. He said it. So think about what I'm saying, people. Don't ever accept being mediocre, because this is the way they want us to go. I hope Slot does what he could do, like, which is get this team still winning. But it could go the other way as well, if you know what I mean, which is just acceptance of top 4 or, you know, top 6 or below that. I don't know. But yeah, just make sure this club doesn't go below that standards, and we should always aim high. As a fan base, that is, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Don't let them lower your expectation, man.
the world to them, and I'm happy with that, about that.
Last one again, I apologise.
Hi Jürgen, how are you? Over the last couple of months,
Still good.
Good, great to hear. Over the last couple of months, I've been speaking to fans, ex-players all across Ireland. I spoke to Darragh Gorman, who came over at Christmas time as well, and from speaking to so many people, the main thing that was coming through was that you made Liverpool feel like even more of a family. Before you came in, did you expect to have this sort of an impact on fans, not only in Liverpool but across the world?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought, come on, let's do that. So let me say, I had a good relationship at Mainz with the people, and they for them it was probably the hardest because they saw me 11 years playing. So they knew me really. We created a really special bond at Dortmund as well. So I never planned that, but I like it a lot, and I think it's actually what makes football really enjoyable. I always explained it like that. If the people would not come and watch and support us, football would be still a nice game, but we would put sticks in the ground and we'd play in a park.
I miss those days.
And because the people love it so much, and it means so much to the people, we played in fantastic stadiums, we earn an awful lot of money, and we have a great life. Yeah, intense, but really good. So, and you have to experience that together. I never understood why you there, we are here. It's like we are the ambassadors of our people. We have to fulfill their dreams. We try. We cannot guarantee that, but we have to try. We have to fight extremely hard because they fight extremely hard. All these kind of things. That's how I always understood it. And we always did it. And that's why I understand why the people love that time, and I was here at that time so much. So, but I never expected it to happen because you never know how the people will take it. But obviously here it was, this thoughts fitted like a glove to the people's thoughts, and that's why it was pretty special.
Thank you, Don. If you're okay to turn the cameras off at the back, please. Just before we do the Sundays breakout.
Emotional people, emotional, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough on the last day of the season. Obviously, we're not gonna have a parade as everybody wanted. At the beginning of the season, we thought we were gonna get more trophies, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? We could celebrate Klopp on the last day of the season, and the team as well, the players that's leaving. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's really tough. Irmina says, I'm going to miss Matip, although we haven't seen him play much recently. Best of luck to him for the future. That's her favourite player, by the way. She always laughs when she thinks about Matip. Jake says, Arne Slot's appointment shows our ambition is a joke under Fenway. I'm not going to prejudge him, mate. It's not his fault. He hit the jackpot. A manager, if a club like Liverpool comes for you, you hit the jackpot, innit? So you're not going to say no as a manager. So that's what's happened to that guy. If he ever becomes the manager, you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe talks fell through and all this stuff, if you know what I mean. Yeah, just don't prejudge the man. It's not his fault, Jake. It's not his fault. You know what I mean? He hit the jackpot. A club like Liverpool has come in for him, and it is what it is. That's why I say, like, if you was in the same situation, you wouldn't be saying no to Liverpool Football Club, appointing you as a manager. So yeah, just think about it that way. Yeah, but please go and subscribe to Uncle Rod's, people. He's got an amazing channel. You know him from this channel. He always helps out whenever I need him. He's one of the best people that I know as well. So please go and subscribe to Uncle Rod's. Andrew says, look who's winning the league for league again for. Yeah, listen, I told Arsenal fans, they think I'm taking the piss. Yes, I do take the piss sometimes, but I've always said it. You know what I mean? They're never gonna win the league. If it's not Liverpool gonna win the league this season, I said it's gonna be Man City, and it's true. It's true. You know what I mean? It's always going to happen. But yeah, just keep the comments coming in. I'm almost finished, but I want to talk about things before we go, obviously. Obviously, we've done the press conference. Obviously, we talked about the VAR. It's unfair. You know what I mean? The rest of Europe is using it in a different way. The Premier League is only using it in their way to make them to have the advantage, if you know what I mean. For their league to be the best league in the world and all this stuff, dramatics, referees are, always in the red carpet. They never have to, they never have to answer to the questions that we want to ask them after games and all that stuff. They get away with murder on the pitch, as we already know. And, VAR, as long as PGMOL is involved, VAR is going to be crap. The worst thing that's come out of football that I don't really enjoy that much anymore, because I'm a football fan, first of all, people. I love football more than anything in the world, apart from my wife, of course. But also family. But when you're not enjoying goals in the games, and we become Americanized in our league, no offense, you know what I mean? We stop and start. We have to wait for if the goal is given and all that stuff. That's when you just this is when you start saying to yourself, what's the point? What is the actual point watching this nonsense? Because at the end of the day, you pay your hard-earned money, which is buying the kits, which is over £100 nowadays. You're paying for your ticket, which is over £100 nowadays as well. And you have to wait to celebrate a goal. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. And the decisions ain't always fair either. Don't forget that, people. The decisions are not fair. So yeah, it's just a mess. They made the league a mess, and it's never gonna end as long as these people are in charge, man. And this is the frightening bit about it, is my opinion. Let's go. Let's keep going with the pictures before I go. As we know, Klopp saying his goodbyes. So like he says, it would just mean we spent time together. It was not great. We had a great time. Yeah. We had a great time with Klopp, and I could never say we haven't from my side of things. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you were there before when things were bad, then you realize how good things are in the current moments with this manager. Joe Matip, we already discussed him. Thank you. Like, I have to put the pictures up there to say thank you to him and all that stuff. We're gonna do a Klopp on Appreciation Day when I'm off on Tuesday. Hopefully Tuesday night around 10 o'clock. So please tune into that one. Thiago, obviously he hasn't done much since he's been at Liverpool, but At least we saw a quality player on the pitch, guys. A player we never thought we were going to see at Liverpool Football Club. At least we've seen that. Let's just be realistic, you know what I mean? Yeah. Joel Achterberg is leaving. He's been here since 2009, people, under Rafa Benitez, you know, if you guys don't know that. So he's been here for a long, long, long time. He's going to be joining Steven Gerrard in Saudi Arabia, Etifak. Yeah, good luck to him, man. Good luck to him. Great goalkeeping coach. He's always back in the team, on and off the pitch, as you see a lot of him. Yeah, I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss him. Really, really, really going to miss him. Yeah, that's me done today, people. Please do me a favor. Go and watch previous videos from Neurobeats, which are amazing. He talks about a lot of stuff in depth as well, so please go and watch him. Don't worry, Fozzie. Small Somerville will take us past Mbappe Madrid. Well, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. Angel says agrees, Fozzie. I'm just being honest, mate. I don't really beat around the bush, man, with my stuff. Like I don't have to tell you lies to get clicks. I have to be myself. Question for bias and favoritism aside, what do you think about his results and trophies he went as a manager at Liverpool Football Club? Richard V wasn't here earlier. I did say that the things I'm not going to miss about Jurgen Klopp's managerial career at Liverpool is the occasions, when we play against the occasions, like Real Madrid, Man United, because of the names of the clubs that we're facing. This is why we pay too much respect instead of facing the team that's currently there, if you know what I mean. We play too many times under Klopp occasions for occasions reasons, so that's what I'm not gonna miss. Hopefully the next step we go beyond that and start winning games, if you know what I mean. That's what it is. But the trophies, he should have won more, but it's all about decisions you make on the pitch. And if we lost trophies because of, you know, bad decisions, you know what I mean. So is it a great achievement, mate? Since Kenny Dalglish, not many, and the first stint, not many have done what Klopp's done. So he has achieved a lot. You got to give him credit for that. Andrew says the owners have built a new training ground, extended the stadium. We have numerous trophies under FSG, like them or not. You're right, Angel. You're right. But you know, when you're at the top, you got to continue the success when you're at the top, right or not? Am I wrong, Angel, in that? When you're striving to be the best team in the world, you got to add on top of that, which we haven't. I mean, if we were missing a playmaker from the team, when you want to be the most complete team in the world, you go and buy that playmaker, and we didn't. If we need a defender to win the league, to get us over the line in January, and we haven't, and we lost the league, that means we haven't done our job. So yes, they've done a great job to a certain extent, but you know, they've done a lot of bad things as well. And you know, Klopp needed them numerous times to sign the players that he wanted, and they didn't. If you look at, I was discussing it with Uncle Ross the other day. If you look at our transfers, people, like, think about it this way: the ones we announced to the public, the marquee signings, the big boy signings, like, you know, Fekir, Mbappe's, you know, Tchouameni, Bellingham, and, you know, Caicedo's and all that stuff. The marquee signings, you know, the ones that's, you know, announced to the world, we never signed them. Have you guys noticed that? The only players we sign is the players under the radar. That's the only players we actually sign. The ones we don't know about. Look at Szoboszlai. Nobody expected Szoboszlai. Bam, he was there. Fabinho, bam, he was there. Wijnaldum, bam, he was there. You know what I mean? So Jota, bam, he was there. Nunes, bam, he was there. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Under the radar, when they do transfers like that, is the like bottom of the barrel players. It's not like players that are complete. But when we're discussing the complete players, they never signed them. This is what I'm trying to say to you guys. And this is what Klopp deserves. Like, if he's at the top, he should be able to get the best players in the world as well. And he hasn't since he's been at Liverpool. He has to develop players from zero, from the ground up. And, you know, it takes a while, man. It takes a while. I understand what you're saying, Angel. But I don't. If you watch the movie Moneyball, you'll understand what FSG is all about, mate. I mean, if their own fans in the baseball, Red Sox are saying the same thing we're saying, then you know there's something wrong. And like I've always said to a lot of people, Liverpool is not number one in their portfolio. You know, like in their ownership, we're not number one, and Liverpool should always be number one. If you know what I mean, Angel. If we're number two in their ownership, like to the Red Sox or any other team, then that's when you start asking questions. Liverpool should not be number two to any team, bro. So like think about it that way. Should Liverpool be a number two to any other club, but from under FSG? We are, and I'm not telling you a lie. You can see it for yourself. We're number two to our baseball team, man. I mean, so yeah, there's a lot of things, man. Yeah, it is corrupt. It is corrupt, bro. It is corrupt. Honestly, people, thank you for today, man. I really enjoyed this. Jake, we're gonna do something, babe. So get ready. We're gonna do something soon, man. Don't worry about that, man. Angel says corrupt is an excuse. In the 80s, Liverpool FC had money. We weren't complaining then. Excuse after excuse. We lost at home to Palace, at Everton. Then losses cost us. Yeah, but a lot of decisions happened during the season as well. Are we forgetting Tottenham away? Are we forgetting Man City? Are we forgetting, Arsenal at home? You know, decisions do take place as well, bro. Decisions do take place. Matip, the legend, and Thiago, another legend, not a LFC legend though, but quality player both. Yeah. I think Matip is a legend, but Thiago, he hasn't stayed long enough to be a legend at Liverpool Football Club. In all reality. Richard says, what does that mean? Key to the city? Can he go to every house in Liverpool? No, man, it's just appreciation for a manager for what he's done for the city and Liverpool Football Club. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it means. Like freedom to the city. Thank you for what you've done, and etc. If you know what I mean. That's me done, people. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry if I didn't read all your messages. It's been great doing this today. We're gonna come back stronger on this channel, as I said earlier. All we need is everyone to come to the YouTube channel, subscribe, because we're not going to be really streaming other platforms other than YouTube. So do that for us. Let's just hope we win against Wolverhampton on Sunday and end the season, with a win for Klopp and say our goodbyes. It's going to be, one of those days on Sunday. We're all going to be crying. We're shedding a tear, saying goodbye to the greatest Liverpool Premier League manager. That's what he is. So we can't deny that, if you know what I mean. But yeah, thank you for everyone that's tuning in. We agree to disagree, but at least we discuss it, and if I solve something for you, I hope you understand. Even if I haven't, I hope you understand. Like I have my own point of view, and I stick by what I say. I don't beat around the bush. I'm not a bullshitter. People who make you believe things that are not true. So yeah. That's all I could say about that. I don't want to criticize people. I'm not that kind of person. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you very soon. Hopefully after the game on Sunday, we'll do something. Take care, everybody.